Cheers! Welcome to my channel. This daily tarot oracle reading, Tattletales from Tales from the Vector, is a collective or general reading. This means that parts of it may or may not resonate with you. My goal is to provide valuable information to empower you. I've already shuffled the cards, washed them, and I'll just give it one more cut here. And we will begin the reading with the underlying energy from the bottom of the deck. This is what is the overall energy or underlying energy of this reading. We have the Two of Pentacles. So the Two of Pentacles is a card where you can see he's juggling options basically. And there's two pentacles here, and it's in the sign of the infinity symbol. It's like it's on a belt going back and forth. And in the background, there's these waves that are gradually getting bigger. And so what it's saying is it's gaining momentum. And this card is about two extremes and juggling them. So it can be like someone who's doing a lot of multitasking, or it could be someone who has two big choices to make and they're trying to decide which one should I take. In the background, there's a smaller boat. And then, as the swells get bigger, the boat gets bigger. So that's the momentum. This card says, juggle your options, but don't juggle your morals. And also it says, if you're multitasking, be careful that it doesn't get to the point where there's more quantity than quality. And then we're going to get the first card for the reading. Okay, I just want to double check because I had a function change here. So we have the Hermit. I just wanted to make sure you would be able to see the whole reading when I get through with it. So the Hermit is the first card in the reading. And the Hermit goes up to the mountain, and he wants some alone time so that he can meditate and pray. And when he gets to the top of the mountain, he stays there until his lantern is bright, and then he can come back down from the mountain. And that once he knows that he's satisfied that he has all the information he needs, he'll know which course to take, and he'll come down and do that. The thing about the Hermit is it's kind of like if someone's been really busy like this, and then you go up to the top of the mountain and you're hanging out with God for a while, you just don't want to come back down. So that's an energy that we're in a Mercury retrograde, and actually in the next couple days, Mercury will be direct again. So a lot of people are kind of feeling this energy of contraction rather than expansion. But that's going to, I feel like in the next few days, because we have the full moon coming up, it will change. Okay, and we have the High Priestess here. So the High Priestess is the second card in the major arcana after the Fool begins his journey for a new cycle. And she is sitting on her throne in between two extremes, and she's using her intuition to understand what this one and this one means. So one's dark, one's light, one's evil, one's good. That kind of energy, so it's extremes. And what she's doing is using her intuition to decide how she's going to deal with this energy. And that's kind of like representing, because it's right by the Hermit here. You'll see like it's dark up at the top of the mountain when you're up there by yourself. And it feels like this energy is saying that, she's been intuitive, like this is representing the intuition and the enlightenment. And so the High Priestess represents what the intuitive energy that the Hermit received. And then we get the Nine of Cups. So the Nine of Cups has been showing up quite a bit. This is about wish fulfillment. We love to see the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is talking about, there's 9 cups lined up here. This person appears to be on some sort of stage, but it's confused. Like we can't really tell, are those cups above his head or are those cups behind him? So this could have already, like these 9 cups could have been here for a while, or they could be from the past, in the past, or they could be just above his head, just about to happen. And the cups represent things that, like, they can represent romance, but they also represent love of all kinds. So love of who you want to be, love of what you love to do, who you love to be with. I'm even getting love of your country is coming up. And so this person appears to be on some sort of stage, but his body language is very incongruent, because this is someone that's very highly favored. The golden background in 9 cups, there's only 10 cups in the deck. So it's saying that this energy is like he's highly favored, and perhaps he's on a stage here and he just feels uncomfortable because he knows he still has 1 more cup to go before he has completed what he needs to do to accept the wish. And that's the energy that this card is saying, is stay focused. If you're working on a project right now and you're really close to finishing and it's been really busy and you're tired, take a little rest if you need to, but don't lose your focus on the project, because you're almost there. And when you wish for something, it means you don't have it yet. So this is wish fulfillment if you work on it until you get the wish fulfillment. And his body language, it shows that he's not congruent 100% with this energy, because his feet are facing outward. And when your feet face outward like that, it's leaking energy and it's tiring. It's very tiring. So this is saying, don't multitask to the point where you don't have energy for what you want. And you'll notice his upper body language, he's got his arms crossed across his chest. And that often can mean like a closed energy. But I feel like if you look closer, there's like an infinity symbol, and it's almost like the infinity symbol here. So I feel like this, you might be feeling like in a position, especially because the holidays are coming up, there's a lot of extra tasks to do. And if you have a family and, you know, like there's the celebrations, like in the United States, it's Good Friday, or not Good Friday, it's Black Friday, that as I do this reading right now, and I'll have this out to you in the next couple days. This is a full moon, or this isn't a full moon reading, sorry, but I've been doing a lot of full moon readings, and this energy has been in like rampant throughout all the readings. It's kind of like a lot of people are in this energy of busy, busy, busy for the holidays, but they have shift that they need to do. And you don't want to fail at this just because you get distracted by the holidays. That's what the energy is saying. And then we have strength. So this card is about facing fears, facing your fears. The line represents the fears that you've had inside, probably or possibly since you were a young child. And she's reaching into his mouth to prove to herself that she's not afraid. And she's doing this to the point where this lion's used to it. His tail's tucked under. He's being submissive to her. That means that her fears are being submissive to her. Notice that she also has the infinity symbol that we see here and here and here. So this is about, maybe on some level, you've been raised in a family where, you know, family comes first. And that includes like your parents, grandparents, your siblings, etc. Plus, if you have a family of your own, all of them, and then you put yourself somewhere in there, in amongst all this juggling that you have to do. And this energy is saying that you need to have the courage to put yourself first, and to recognize that if you don't put yourself first, that you're going to end up, you know, low on energy. And it's also saying that some of the people around you are taking advantage of that. It's coming up from when you're a childhood, being raised in that way. And they're taking advantage of that and putting more work on you than is your fair amount, is what's coming up. Like maybe you're a really good cook, and so you have all the you always are the ones that, you know, has everybody over to your home for all the big meals, and that it's very time consuming, it's very expensive. And if you have children of your own and whatever, and you need to go shopping for them and all of that kind of energy, that's the kind of energy that's coming up. And I'm just getting, there's some disappointment in that. Like, because we have here, this card is showing that someone has 3 cups here, and they've been disappointed at least 3 times, and they're kind of like done. They're just sitting there, and they're like, and the universe is going, hey, here's a 4th cup, and they're like, you know what? I don't need another cup. I really don't. I've got too much to juggle now, and I accept these cups, and then I end up doing all the work, and everybody else is enjoying my hard work, and I'm just sitting here and feeling disappointed. And the universe is saying, no, this is a new cup. And so this is about leaving these 3 cups behind, or possibly, yeah, like leaving the disappointment behind. I don't know who these 3 cups represent. They represent someone or something that you love that has disappointed you. And, you know, if you accept this cup from the universe, then you'll have the 10 cups that is total fulfillment. But it feels like on some level that in the past, you have shown your love to people, and it could be in your family, like siblings, I'm getting, or even your own children, or, you know, it could be like putting energy into business and it didn't work out, that kind of energy. Friends, you know, other family members, community members, whatever that is. So this is saying, it's almost kind of like you become a little bit jaded, and like you feel like, I don't want to accept anything from anyone anymore, because when I accept from them, it causes me more work. That's what's coming up. And yeah, and then we have the 3 pentacles here. So 3 pentacles and 3, yeah, it doesn't just cost you more work, it costs your time and energy, and it costs you money. Like if you're providing all the family meals and doing all that every time for everybody, and paying for that food and for the alcohol and the wine and everything that goes with it, and then having to clean up and then decorate and all that stuff, it's a lot of work. And it's kind of like you're hard at work and they're collaborating with you, but there's 3 of you here, but only one of, like, you're the one who's doing all the work is what's coming up. Keeps coming up. You're doing more than your fair share. And then we have 3 cups again here. Interesting. I wish these cards would stop coming up already. They're clearly trying to get a message across, but it's shifty energy, because like it feels like a threesome. It feels like 2 against 1 here. It feels like these 3 cups are the 3 cups that they are enjoying, but I don't see you in the picture here, you know? You're not in here. So this energy is, yeah, they're celebrating, but what are they celebrating? They're not celebrating with you. And and you're disappointed. These 3 people have disappointed you several times, or the 3 energies that they represent. And I just, this card here is about collaborating with people that are not in alignment with what you want or what you need at this time. And I'm making a pyramid here, and this bottom row talks about, okay, what do you have right now to be able to get the 10th cup that the universe is offering to you, but instead you're wasting your time pleasing people who make you juggle your energy so that they're happy. And then when they go and celebrate, they don't even include you. Like, what's that about? So that's clearly like a major issue. And if this is family and this is the way it's always been in your family, I'm just getting it's time for you to make a change. Yes, Stella, I know you're there, honey. You've got some fresh food. There, go eat it. That's my kitty, if you can hear her. My DJI mic is pretty good. My mini mic, it does do a lot of noise canceling, thank goodness. So this, now we're moving into, okay, this is your basic needs. And then this is moving into the energy of, okay, what are the obstacles for you to manifest? And it's kind of like on some level, you've been juggling your own needs to please this group of people. And this happens in families quite a bit. Like, but I'm getting, because like right now it's Black Friday, and you know, everybody in the States just had their big Thanksgiving feast and like their celebration there. And all the best to you, my beautiful neighbors in the United States. I'm in Canada here. We had our Thanksgiving a month ago, but I hope you all have enjoyed it or whatever. But like, I find that when families get together, sometimes the energy can become very tense because you haven't seen each other for a long time, but some of the same old shift keeps happening. And I'm just getting here. It's kind of like you feel like your whole world has been to please them, and then they celebrate together and you're sitting on your own disappointed, too tired to even take a cup to, you know, get your total fulfillment here. Yeah, oh, it's not like, so this energy is saying this has to end for you to manifest, and this is your main, unfortunately, your family dynamics are the main reason why you're not feeling successful or loved enough or whatever. And it's like, once you recognize this, the Knight of Cups comes in with a message, and you see it's on the same here. It's on this card, and the Knight of Cups is bringing this message in, like, are you going to take this cup for yourself, or are you going to focus on what they need and not take it and then end up disappointed again, just like you have in the past? It's time for you to make a change. The Knight of Cups is the knight in shining armor, and this could be like a romance or a gesture, like a maybe you've been asked out for a date, but you said you would cook Thanksgiving dinner, you know, and for the family, and you're like, oh, why did I say I would do that? I want to go out on this date. I've been wanting to go out on a date with this person forever, and blah, 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 like that kind of energy. So, because the Knight of Cups is coming in with a cup of love. And so we'll see what this is about. And because I'm just picking this up too. This is their world, but this is your world, and this whole reading, and this is how it is for you. And so it, like, if you change this energy of juggling and multitasking all the time for people who don't seem to really appreciate it, that you would have a whole different world at your, you know, like at your disposal there. Yeah. And then we have so now we have the Eight of Cups, which is about walking away. And that's where that energy was coming in from the full moon coming up on December 4th, is the energy. You can see that we've got a new moon and we've got a full moon. So back, if you can think back to November 20th, that's when the energy was moving from Scorpio into Sagittarius. And now the full moon is on December 4th. So the new moon is a time for new. So maybe you turned something down because you had made a promise that you would make the Thanksgiving meal again, sort of energy. And you just feel deflated and disappointed and unappreciated. And the full moon is now shining light on that, because that energy is like, you're going to start feeling the full moon for sure. This one is a cold moon, and it's a super moon. Like it's like, and it's the end of 2025. So it's like shining light kind of on this energy here of what the obstacles are to get the fulfillment that you want. Yeah. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles coming in, and it's talking about this. Quit leaking your energy. You're not a child anymore. Start learning how to say no. Like, say no, I'm going out on a date instead. You guys can make your own meal. I don't even want to hang out with you on Thanksgiving. I just want to do something different this year. I'm walking away from it. I'm not doing it. And like, that could cause a lot of issues, but you had to juggle between your needs and their needs. So this is past, present, future energy. So I'm just reading it from different angles. And so now all of a sudden there's Nine of Pentacles on the Nine of Cups, which is pretty amazing in itself, right? And you're walking, like, here you have 8 cups here. And if you add that cup to it, it's the 9th one. And so it might be like, oh, now you've decided, maybe you've had a second chance, or maybe you phoned them back or whatever and said, no, you know what? I canceled my supper with them. I would love to go to wherever with you. And then this energy is coming up. So this is about learning how much to give, how much to take. This is the 369. This is about cleaning up your environment so that it supports you. And learning, like my home is my castle, and I need to look after my needs also. And so this is about, like, there's 3 pentacles here, and they represent health, wealth, happiness. And then there's 6 that she has her hand on. So this is someone that knows you have to look after yourself first. You have to have a strong ratio there. If you keep 6 for yourself and give 3 away, that's 9 pentacles, and you would be able to. That's a lot of pentacles, but you would be able to keep that enough for yourself that you're not going to be exhausted and disappointed in this energy, because you're going to only give as much as necessary, and you're only going to do it in equal, like for it to be an equal exchange of energy. And this is, I'm just getting, this is new, because the falcon here, it's kind of like she's looking at it like, oh, like this is that information coming in and making this choice. Like just even making the choice I'm getting is freeing up so much energy, right? Because there's nothing more exhausting than trying to please people that you can't please. Trying is just another word for not doing. So it doesn't matter what you do, you're still not going to please them anyway. So you may as well please yourself. That's the energy coming up. And then we have, it's like if you made a whole big meal and you accidentally overcooked one item, and everybody brought that one item up and forgot to mention how delicious the rest of the meal was, you know, that they're sitting there and eating and drinking for free. You know, that kind of energy. Oh, and then they got to go when the dishes are ready to be done. That's what I'm getting, that kind of energy. So the justice here is that you have to give yourself justice. That's what I'm getting. You have to, you know, if you feel that they're abusing their power or whatever over you, it's because you're allowing it to happen, and you have to start learning that you're not a small child anymore, and that you're the one who's going to have to bring justice to the situation. That's the energy I'm getting. You need to quit leaking your energy and pull your energy inward so that you are a strong force to be reckoned with. And that means being neutral to the extremes of pleasing these people, pleasing, you know, like trying to please too many people at once. And then you don't please anyone. And most of all, you don't please yourself. And so that's the energy. It's coming. And I'm getting the veil in the background represents like crossing the veil. Like, so ancestors on the other side. And I'm getting, maybe you saw your mother do that, and her mother did that, and her mother's mother and mother down the line. And now it's just become like a family tradition that one person does all the work, right? Like that kind of energy. And everybody else in the family, they don't even necessarily see it themselves either, because that's the way they were raised and that's the way their parents were raised, like that kind of energy. And we have soulmates now. Look at that. Once you say, okay, no, I want justice in my life. I want to get neutral to feeling this way. I want to have a good life too. I want to please myself. And all of a sudden now you've got a soulmate coming in, and you have 2 cups here. So now you've got 11 cups, and 11 is justice. So you have way more than you need, and you left behind. And you notice there's 3 here, these 3 cups here on top of the 5 to make up the 8. And there's 3 here, and there's 3 here. That's the energy you're leaving behind. Replacing it with 2 cups. And you have 9 pentacles and 9 cups still at this point. You still don't have the 10th cup because, well, this one was brought in as the 10th cup. So, but you let 3 go. So now you have 9 cups, but you have a cup with the knight in the Knight of Cups, your knight in shining armor. And this can also represent, okay, so one thing, all of these are archetypes. like the Knight of Cups could be a female in their masculine energy. And the soulmates here, that could represent yourself and your higher self coming to this resolution within yourself. Or it can represent a masculine and feminine energy within you becoming very balanced. You see that with the spiral. But it also quite often represents someone who has met their soulmate. And with the Knight of Cups coming in with the cup of love and the universe saying, here, here's a cup of love. Like, you deserve it. Go and have fun. You know, like that kind of energy. Yeah, and it's this or that energy. So this or that, and she's blindfolded. Couldn't see it before, but now, like, it's like the blindfold represents, I'm feeling on this, because we have these two cards here, and we've got, these are about going inward, meditating, praying, being, so that you can be in a position to make some real strong choices for yourself, and getting in touch with your higher self and all of that energy, and recognizing it's not this or that you're juggling. There's many things. There's many ways that you can be. And this is the new moon in the background shows, I'm just getting, maybe if you think back, something could have happened there. You could have met someone, bumped into someone, been asked out for a date but didn't have time to go. That kind of energy, you overthought it. It's that kind of energy. But now that's shifted, and it's either the new moon coming up, which would be around, I think that's around the 20th of December, just before Christmas hits, or it's energy that was that maybe you were in back in November 20th, and the full moon is now going to shine light on this. So a lot of times the full moon represents getting a second chance. Yeah, there we have it. So, yeah, and here we have it again. We have those 3 cups, 3 swords, 3 cups, 3 cups. And so this energy is like all the thought that you had to put into that. Like, I'm just getting that you've always kind of felt like it was this, and this is the way it always has been, and it's the way it's always going to be. And you just didn't have the courage to be able to do that, like, which is saying, no, I'm not doing this anymore. And now you're able to speak up. So maybe if these cups represent 3 people, you know, 3 different people in your life that you had to walk away from. You spoke your piece. Like this heart, if you look at it, it looks like, oh my God, there's like 3 swords in that heart. And what this card sometimes represent is that a heartbreaking decision has been made. And that's what this card can represent, having to make a decision. Like, how, you know, make up your mind already. Which is it going to be? You can't, you know, you have to make up your mind. And this heart, if you notice, like if you look at this, it looks like it could be a cliff with a cloud above it, but it also looks like it could be the shoulders, the throat, and a cloudy head of someone. And the heart is in the throat. It's in the throat chakra, where you haven't been able to speak your truth. And perhaps when you spoke this truth, it wasn't well received, and it was heartbreaking for you. You thought these people would have seen your side of it and understood, and they just dissed you. I'm just getting it. It was like, you know, well, and you haven't heard from them since, right? And that's the energy. So that's, you know, that's the energy I'm picking up. Or it was something you thought, oh, I could never give that up. Like, I love doing this or that hobby. And then you realize, you know what? I used to love doing that. I don't love doing that anymore. And you get into that energy of like, oh, I was always thinking things were this way, just I never really gave it a chance to do things differently. And so this could also be about your work and what you've been working hard at and for. And because this is the 8 of Pentacles represents, it's the only card of all the Pentacle cards where they're actually working on the coin. And so the coin, this is about making money. And so you might be really good at making money, but you weren't really very social or something. Or, and this energy is like wanting to change that. Like that you have 8 pentacles, which is a lot. And then you've got 9 pentacles here. And the energy is like if you know, you've got these 2 pentacles here. I feel like if you add all that energy of all that multitasking to make everybody happy, and you add it to these 8 pentacles, now you've got 10 pentacles, and your hard work will pay off when you'll start noticing it when you start pouring it back into yourself. I'm getting you've depleted yourself of energy, and it came to the point where you had to be like, no, like, and the people around you are not used to you being that way. And then we have Temperance coming in. So out of this whole, excuse me, out of all of these cards, the one element we're missing is the Sagittarius or Leo, excuse me, about taking action and getting fiery. But this card is representing the Sagittarius energy, and that's the sign we're in right now. And this is about patiently waiting for your turn. And look at, we've got the 2 cups here again. So the 2 cups added to the 8 of cups. It's kind of like, okay, you're gonna, you like already, because you've made this decision, now you have 10 pentacles instead of 9. And there's 2 cups here because you have these 2 cups because you've made this decision also to walk away from this energy of giving too much or taking, you know, not knowing when to give and when to take, and how much to give and how much to take. And that energy I'm just getting is something you were never taught when you were a younger child. You always were like the one that, oh, well, I don't want that person to be sad, so I'm going to go do this for them. That kind of energy. And so this is about following your path and being happy. Excuse me. My throat is closing up from this energy a little bit from this here. So this was, I'm just getting, this was really challenging. Like when you spoke your truth, you thought these people would be like really understanding, and they weren't. And it really hurt you. It was really hard to do, I'm getting it, and really disappointing. So that could be for some of you, that was the energy. And it was already a heartbreaking decision that you had to make, but this really made it all that much worse. Yeah, that's what's coming up. The energy of the sun back here is the light reflected here, that you're now on that path that you went inward and meditated and prayed over. Good, there, now it's starting to clear. So you did what you had to do, or if you're in the position, because this tarot readings are past, present, and future all mixed up. So for some of you, this could have happened in the past, and you're still dealing with it. And some of you, it could be happening right now, like yesterday's sort of energy at your Thanksgiving meal, which didn't turn out to be so Thanksgiving. And then this energy could also be coming up in the future. Maybe you kind of had plans to implement this at Thanksgiving, but now you're going to for sure do it at Christmas. You've been patiently waiting to have an opportunity to voice this, and every time I'm just getting, you may have lost your courage and just didn't want to rock the boat, but now either you've done it already, you're doing it right now, or you're about to do it. And the sun comes out, bang, just like that. Yeah, you're on your path then. That's the number one obstacle for you achieving fulfillment in your life, is being a people pleaser. That's basically what's coming up. And God did not put you on the earth to be a people pleaser. So the sun has, is the most happy card in the deck. So this is representing how free you will be when you make this choice. And I always see this veil, this banner here. It looks like it's really heavy, but the baby's holding it with ease. And I feel like it kind of represents this banner, or this veil behind it, the veil between spiritual world and earth. And like the sunflowers move with the sun, and it's kind of like, if you go back to when you were a child and you think about what you wanted to do and what you wanted to be and how you saw your life was going to be, after you make this choice, or if you have made this choice, you may be noticing already that it's almost like a different world, because this is having the courage that you didn't have before to move forward. And if this isn't family, this could be co-workers, it could be, you know, so many, it could be like your neighbors, it could be like your church, whatever. It's just, but what it's saying is you were put on this earth to be a happy person, and you need to go back to that innocence from your childhood and, you know, look after yourself, learn to look after yourself first. Then we have the Page of Cups coming in. So the Page of Cups is coming in with a message with a cup of love again, right on top of the Knight of Cups. So I feel like, yeah, like there was, this could represent another opportunity that's not in regard to this person, because now your real soulmate came in, or this could have been your soulmate and you told him, no, I'm too busy cooking for my family. And now you know, you've had a second chance, and this is saying, okay, now, because, or this Knight of Cups might have decided, you know what, I'm going to try again. And I'm going to do it differently. I've studied, I know there's plenty of fish in the sea, but I want this fish, and I've studied this fish, and I've focused on it, and I think I figured out what I need to do to have them say, yes, they'll marry me, or yes, they'll travel with me, or whatever that is. And that could be traveling through life, or just going on a holiday somewhere, that kind of energy. And so here we have the Lovers. So that's kind of saying, okay, that's what's happening. You have a second chance here, another opportunity to be really happy with someone that is your soulmate, that God is sent to you, so that you would be, you know, have that last element, that last cup that you haven't had. And there's this energy of the clouds between the two, which is sort of like, you know, if you think about heavy clouds between two people that are standing there, they can't really see each other that clearly. And I'm getting there is maybe some sort of misunderstanding in the past, but now you're both on, like, going for a date or whatever. And the sun is behind you here, like, and there's an angel saying, yeah, this is about making choices. Yeah, and the Knight of Wands is here. And so the Knight of Wands is a person that is bringing in a message, and it's of passion, right? And he's reining his emotions in so that he can be really clear with the words that he uses and how he presents the thing. He's a rebel with a cause. He wants what he wants, and he's used to getting what he wants. And so that's the kind of energy. And so I feel like this energy is you taking action on what you really want now, and, you know, saying, I'm going after what I want. And then we have the Queen of Wands. So this energy, if your knight in shining armor comes in and you want to be with them, then say so. That's the energy. Like, then be like the Queen of Wands. Like, she'll go inward, figure out what she wants. And you notice, like, the sunflowers here, she's holding a sunflower. So this is like showing, like, she's got a sunny disposition. She wants to be happy. She does see the bright side of life. And it's energy saying you deserve this from since you were a child. And justice is here. You're bringing justice to yourself is what's coming by facing these people-pleasing fears. Oh, and look at that. The Ace of Cups is overflowing. So that's what this cup from the universe was. It was a cup of love. See? It was a good thing you chose it. You don't want to say no to a cup of love when you're, you know, when it's overflowing like this now. So this is saying like this is a divine partnership. It's a partnership that you've always wanted. And I'm getting like secretly deep down you wanted, but you never really knew it until you made this shift in your energy. Once you start loving yourself, then, and putting yourself first so that you don't get yourself in this stressed out energy, if you do that for yourself, then all of a sudden you start attracting better shift for yourself, because you're more in tune with yourself and you can feel what you really want and what you need. And you see there's a dove on the top of that cup dropping. It looks like the host into it like this. So this is an ordained, this is something, this isn't a player. Although the Knight of Wands sometimes is. I feel this is more your energy. I feel like it was the Knight in Shining Armor that came in and gave it a second chance here, because they really wanted to have you in their life. This energy here is like you're almost there. You're almost at this ultimate fulfillment. And it looks like you're burdened, but I feel like this is saying like all the work you put into this energy of letting go of these limiting beliefs that you have about yourself and overdoing for others and not looking after yourself first. Now, the unfettered card in my oracle, which represents the heart chakra and being in love, is falling and failing in love is a matter of I. So you can't expect other people to come into your life with romantic love and love you more than you love yourself. Like you have to love yourself enough to attract that love. And so this is saying like it's been a burdensome thing, but actually these are seeds that you planted, and all this love that you've given out over the years and that you have been wanting to have for yourself and give, it's all there and it's heavy. It's a lot. It's a lot. You could put some of that down if you want, or, you're almost there. So it's saying you're almost home, and being at home means like you're inside your body and you're able to really make strong decisions for yourself, and you don't burden yourself with other people's. So if you planted a lot of seeds and they're all coming in at once, if this is like a crop that you planted, this is heavy with fruit. The cup doesn't just represent romantic love, it represents everything you love. So you're going to be getting a lot of love all at once. And then we have the Knight of Swords coming in. And the Knight of Swords is in a hurry to deliver this message. So this could be the Page of Cups now, saying, okay, I really better hurry up and do this, because maybe in the past you weren't dating that much because you were too busy multitasking for everybody else, and now you're out and about, and these are all opportunities that you have, and now this is like, oh, this is going to require some quick action here. I better hurry up because I might miss, like she might end up with someone else after all this. That kind of energy. I don't really necessarily get that. I feel like that the energy is more like that you thought that if you made this move, it was really hard for you, or it's really hard for you to make this decision. But once you make it, it's going to be like really quick that you make the decision, and the burdens will just fall away. That's more the energy I'm getting, but there's more than one scenario. Yeah, and you have the Six of Swords here. So these are all the thoughts, like of how this is. And so this is about rowing off to calmer shores, like leaving the troubled waters behind and going for smoother shore. And this is like representing a healed, like you with your healed inner child, with there's no baggage anymore. And so you can sail off to calmer waters with this beautiful gift that was given to you by God. And you notice like there's that pole, that shaft here, and it's also the enlightened one here. So it's kind of like the energy is saying like the decision that you made is in alignment with yourself. And then look at that, we have a passion for new discovery. coming in. Also another gift from the universe. So receiving, and this is what it's saying is like, once you make that choice that you're going to honor yourself, what happens is more and more gifts keep coming in from the universe, because the universe is like, woo, this person wants gifts. So now you have a passion for new discovery. You want to move off to newer shores, and you're like kind of letting go of the burdens. That's what it is. Like, and just like what it is, you know, like just let it go. Yeah. You don't need to judge yourself harshly, and you don't need to judge anyone else. Leave that up to them to do, or God to do. And at the same time, this is saying that your ancestors and your descendants will thank you. They're thanking you. Like, this is an energy that needed to be broken. It wasn't, if you do too much for other people, then you're enabling them to do that. And if you're feeling resentful and everything, it's not empowering the family as a whole. That's not really love, is what's coming up. And so this is I'm just getting like that red cross flag is kind of like, dun, 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 dun. Not only have you healed yourself, but you've healed your ancestors, and you've healed the upcoming descendants, so that you will teach your children differently. And that's the whole point, is we want to have leave the world a better place than when we got here for our descendants. And so this energy going from the past into the future is, you know, like meditating, going inward to kind of reflect on what is it that I really want, meeting your soulmate, making that choice, you know, between all your obligations and that, and to stop this multitasking and just start honoring yourself is what's coming up. And this cup that you were offered, that you did take it, and now that's bringing in another gift from the universe of like lots of new stuff coming into your life, and a lot of passion and fun shift, you know. And this is about, this is just saying everybody's proud of you. Like this, you're proud of yourself. God is proud of you. Your ancestors are proud of you. Your descendants will be proud of you if they're younger, you know. And the rest of the family is actually going to benefit from this energy. Like everybody in the family benefits when these generational curses are broken, and, you know, people move on into doing things in a different way. And then we have like, hey, moving, like now your life is way smoother. You're not always like kind of on a roller coaster is what I'm getting. Always like in a hurry, I've got to get this done, I got to get that done, I got da. And then we've got the Page of Cups coming in, and it's kind of like you're with someone who understands you. They've studied you, and they understand what you need, what your love language is, basically. This is bringing in a lot of happiness. It's like a whole new world for you, and you're actually truly celebrating, and you will be celebrating with people that are celebrating with you. Really good energy. Like it's a good learning lesson. And especially I've been getting a lot of this energy coming in because of the upcoming holidays. And a lot of people, like in the past when I did consultations, and worked with people in that way and at seminars, a lot of the times this energy does come up. It's not unusual at all for people in a family to feel this way. And the funny part is that if you talk to all the people in the family, all of them are feeling this way. There's all, you know, so it's kind of like recognizing that you need to honor yourself first to be able to honor others. And I'm going to clarify this some more to see what this is, what's going on here in a more, like just more clarity. And if you're enjoying this reading, please do like and comment. It really does help me to improve my channel, and also for me to build it. And I am clarifying with my Oracle Tales from the Vector. I started this back in 2007. There's 64 paintings I completed in 2020. I'm bringing it out once I get all the information together. And I have the numbers of the paintings from my website, which is talesfromthevector.com, and that's TAILS. In the description box below will be the oracle cards, the numbers of the paintings in the order that they appeared in this reading. So if you want to go take a look at them and find, oh, there we have it. I'm just shuffling until my oracle cards are really jumping out, and they want to come out when they want to come out. And so this is deception is covering this multitasking energy. So deception is a tactic that we use on ourselves and others use on us, and that this is about, it can be about love, about loving yourself. You know, like it's saying quite a bit here. It's all kinds of love is what's coming up. And the deception is that we would be selfish if we love ourselves first. And this is saying that this is an energy that once you love yourself, you have way more love to give to others. So that's a good way to start it off. We have the devil here on this energy. And so this is I'm just getting people, when you get into this role, there's always something in it for you. If you know, you can be in this like, you know, the martyr kind of energy, but martyrs aren't martyrs for no reason. So you have to, that's what it takes, the courage to really look at yourself and say, okay, what is it about me that I'm like, what am I trying to run away from so that I'm, you know, willing to give my energy away like this to people that don't appreciate it. Like there must be something in it for me, or I wouldn't keep doing it over and over again. And that's talking about a cycle, right? And this cycle, it's time for it to break. The devil I'm getting is just about that, about, okay, what is it? You're deceiving yourself in some way. And that energy, once you have the courage to look at it, your life is going to improve. And then what's really awesome is it also is going to improve everyone's life around you, because everybody learns from it. And I always cover the devil when the devil comes in on my readings, because that energy is kind of a lie you're telling yourself in this case. And so we cover it and see that when we stop doing this, the wheel of fortune comes in, and the wheel, past, present, and future, starts spinning, and we have all these synchronicities come into our life, and before you know it, we're meeting our soulmate, and we thought we were going to turn away this one cup from the universe, and now there's two gifts from the universe that were huge, and your whole life is better. It's a whole new world. Like that's kind of it can happen really quick when you make that decision and you act upon it. And it's a blind spot. So the scotoma is just like we have scotomas in our eyes where we just can't see little pixels of the picture. And this energy is talking about you having a blind spot regarding this. And even the people around you, like a lot of times people don't even recognize that this is the way, because this is the way it's always been, kind of energy. And then we have ego coming in here. So again, like this is like a bat out of hell. Keep your ego in check. So I feel like on some level, maybe when you're the best cook in the family and you're the one that has, you know, really a beautiful, because you have a lot of pentacles, you have a beautiful environment. You know, it's pleasing for you in some ways. It stokes your ego. But then when everybody goes home, you feel like alone and you feel like disappointed in the whole thing. And that's the energy, that deception. And then we have the Empress coming in. Yeah, so then that brings in this energy of ending that disappointment. Empress energy is, oh, okay, she's all 4 queens in the minor arcana rolled into one person. So all the good qualities about yourself are able to come out then, because you've decided that you're going to put yourself first and work on yourself. And suddenly, all of a sudden, you're attracting way better energy for you. And when you attract that energy for yourself, eventually you'll be able to feed that back to the people around you. But it might not be the same people you were doing it with before, because now your vibration has changed. Yeah. And that's confirming it. This is the heart chakra card, and this is falling and failing in love is a matter of I, being unfettered, allowing yourself to love yourself and others. And we have the moon coming in. So this is kind of like when you get in this energy, I'm just getting, if you haven't allowed this to take place yet for yourself, that the energy is going to be like freedom, because when you're in that kind of energy, you don't really notice how much work, thought process it's requiring from you, how much it's taking out of you, until you get so depleted you can't do it anymore. And that's like just it's a human. You're a human being. You're going to have that energy. And so this is saying, like, once you recognize that and you really see, okay, what this is really about, and you recognize this is not the other people, this is about you, then you can change it. It's coming from you internally. And then all of a sudden things get way better. And it's not all of a sudden, of course. And so, yeah, and I'm just getting this energy that this is how it always has been in your mother's family. You know, like there's one person that does that, and then my great grandma did that, and then there was 6 sisters, and one of them was the one that did that, and then they had, you know, it just keeps on being passed down. And you might have even grown up and said, because it's sitting right here on the inner child card here, I will never be like my mother. And then what happens? Mirror, mirror, magic mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest of them all? I've become my mother after all. And then we have the Hermit. So the Hermit is just saying again, safe travels. This is sitting on justice and on the heartbreak, knowing that it might be challenging and a little bit painful to make this change in your life, but it will be worth it. And then we have the Aquarius energy coming in. So yeah, this is about allowing things to be different. You know, like we're living in AI times now. Like Aquarius, we've been in the age of Aquarius from the age of Pisces now for about 5 to 6 years-ish. And it's a huge experiment. And, you know, it requires us all to move forward in different ways than we have in the past, because Aquarius energy doesn't settle for like the same old, same old. Aquarius energy is really about the intellect and wanting to, okay, how can I make my life better? Okay, I'm just going to make this small change. I'm going to observe how that has worked out. And then if that doesn't work out, well, then I'll do it differently and I'll try that. And then I'll see if that makes it better, and not taking it so seriously, right? Like it's okay to want to do things differently. Yeah, and then, but that's because quite often we have a need to be right. And that quite often can come from that subconscious mind when we were being raised, where it's saying like, this is the way it has to be. It's my way or the highway. I need to be right. And that energy, you know, would you rather be happy or would you rather be right? I would rather be happy. And you would rather be happy. Once you realize, oh, look at all get this awesome shift that can happen, then you'll realize, yeah, see, there's the Pisces and the Aquarius energy coming in. And we're moving from the age of, like, from to 2025 in this next year, and it feels like the energy's really fast. I don't know if you've noticed that. Like sometimes when you come to the end of year, you barely really notice. It seems like the same old shift, but like this feels different. It feels like maybe like it's taken like 5 or 6 years for us to really, because all of a sudden in 2025, all this AI energy is really coming. Like people talked about it and it's like, yeah. And then all of a sudden, bang, the AI is here. And we see it everywhere. And we have the Cancer. So there's a lot of these horoscope signs coming out. But I feel like in a general reading like this, these are just representing states of being and also the stage of life. And it doesn't mean that you're that age, but that's kind of, you could be like 60 years old and feel like you're an adolescent again because you met your, soulmate, and now you're going out on dates and having fun, and you just feel like a teenage girl again. So this is about really engaging in the energy, and if you're going to engage in your emotions, do it so that it's a pleasant experience, right? And then we have the power of spin. Yeah, so this is happening. This energy is already, it's happening in the world. Like things are moving faster. And the reason things are moving faster, it's not your imagination. Like you might be like, geez, feels like, is it already the end of the week? Is it already the end of November and we're moving into December, really? And that energy is because the more information we have, information equals energy. So the more information we have, the faster the spin goes. And so the chariot is moving faster, and that's what it's clarifying, this energy. This isn't just for one person. This is, the whole world is feeling it. The whole universe is feeling it, I'm getting. And then we have the Aries energy, and we're babies in it. So we're learning on how to be, how are we going to carry ourselves in this new energy? Because the AI is changing things, and we can close our eyes and pretend it's not, or we can be like, okay, no, there's definitely major shift happening here. And Aries energy is all like when you're an infant and you don't know, like a baby comes in and look how much they learn how to do in the first year, and it just comes naturally. So being sometimes equals doing, that's what like you have to be willing to make that shift for change, and that's typical Aquarius energy. And then that brings you up to the very top of the pyramid, and you're a superstar. So speaking up, I'm getting speaking up, and this may not, like you may have not have done it yet, you may have done it and you're not at this point yet, or you're about to do it. But if you've done that and there's still a lot of resentment, understand that over time, you will notice that there's more harmony in your relationships with your family, within yourself, and with all the relationships you have, and most especially the relationship you have with the world. Yeah, that's a really good advice. And I feel like there's a lot of readings coming up like this right now because we're approaching the end of 2025. So I hope you've enjoyed this reading. I have enjoyed it. I feel like it's full of some really good advice. Like and comment if you have, and please consider subscribing if you resonate with the energy. I will be back tomorrow with another reading for you. Bye for now.